Welcome back, Femmes. This is For the Femmes, and today we have a really special guest, as you can see.
So exciting.
I'm so excited to be here.
Liv is joining us here in New York, and we can't wait to yap.
Dude, seriously, it's
So
yeah.
much to talk
So
about.
happy you're
So
here.
much to talk about.
When Faith was like, she's coming in, I'm like, stop. I'm so
know.
excited. I was like, I need to meet her.
No,
I've like
seriously.
heard so much about
I know.
you, obviously. So I was like, I need to meet her in person.
This is just so fun. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. And today's a special day outside of this.
Oh
too,
yeah,
so.
it's in the books.
Secret.
For sure. I know. I'm like, I
Love.
have the date. Save the date, right?
Oh my God.
Wait, what is today's date?
6.
10/6.
Yep,
Cute.
10/6.
Love.
Save it for
J'adore.
More days.
It's a big day.
I love that. I'm
When do you
so
go
good.
back?
Monday, tomorrow.
Oh, okay,
it's
so
actually-
quick.
Yeah, we were
so
here.
quick.
We got here Thursday night.
Okay.
We were actually in town for a festival. So
Oh,
the
cool.
We Belong Here festival, I don't know if you've heard of it, but
I don't
it's
know.
like just started this year.
Oh my God,
It's in
fun.
Central Park, so much fun.
Oh my
It's so sick.
Yeah, I
gosh.
know.
What kind of music?
More like EDM, house
Okay.
music. Cascade was yesterday, Fisher's today.
Oh,
Fun.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
that's actually
It's
so
really, really
fun.
cool. And the venue in itself is like, I love it because
I
it's the
need to
whole
see.
skyline in the background.
Okay.
It's like
Oh my
where
God,
the
wait,
ice
okay.
rink usually
Gorgeous.
is.
Oh, okay. Now I know where
actually
it
think
is.
someone did mention to me last night that I was like, I've never even heard of them doing like that in Central Park. But I
Mhm.
think it was, yeah. Last night I
So
was there.
crazy.
Okay, so we want to start off like just kind of learning about you. Like, how did you step into like your queerness, and like when did you come out? And let's hear your little backstory.
Oh man, like I mean, I actually came out when I was in 7th grade, like first time. But my mom was just like, "You like boys," just because I grew up very girly and like But that's also kind of contradictory. I was tomboy and girly at the same time. Like I always wanted to hang out with the boys, but then at the same time I felt not accepted. So I was like, I didn't know where I was on that scale at a very young age. But like when middle school came around, and then I started to realize like, oh, like, you know, I actually think I like girls. I brought it up to my mom and she was like, I think you're not. So then that kind of pushed me back into this.
She's like, I'm going to
she's-
tell you right now.
No,
it's
you're
a
not.
no.
Yeah.
No, she's literally the biggest ally though. But she was
No,
just
yeah.
being like, you know,
That's
as a
funny.
mother perspective, like I've only seen you in this light. So I kind of went back in the closet until high school. And then that's when I like
Okay.
really realized, okay, yeah, there's something there.
Okay.
And I kind of just suppressed it my whole life.
Was there a specific person, or just you kind of just like always knew?
Yeah, there
I
was
feel like there's always that
There's
one
right?
one person
The
you always
awakening,
remember,
right?
even if it's a
Yeah.
celeb or even if it's someone like around you, like
yeah.
I'm like, there's always
or like
that one
it's usually
teacher.
like a friend,
Like,
yeah, or something
yes.
where you're like,
Mm,
you did it, you did the damn thing, babe.
So
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
No, she actually was 3 years older than me. I was 16 at the time, so I was like, oh my god, she's older than me too. So I was like
Yeah.
obsessed with her in that
Yeah.
way, but which is
Yeah.
kind of weird. But she literally changed the whole trajectory of my life. Like I swear it was like night and day. I immediately realized after that point, okay, yeah, I like women. I think I'm bi, and that's, you know, the
Okay.
pipeline from bi to lesbian.
Yeah, usually people I feel like come out as
Yeah.
bi.
Oh, yeah,
first.
I was-
especially when you're younger, you just
Mhm.
like don't want to make any big
Yes.
life altering decisions.
Exactly. And like
Yeah.
I of course had boyfriends, you know, I
Mhm.
feel like we kind of all start there.
Yeah,
But
no, it's
I
totally normal.
they all know to this day. They're like, we knew you were
Yeah.
gay. Like I knew in the
Yeah.
back of my head you were gay. Like, and it's just so funny to have that perspective too, because
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
I really have always been this way. I just kind of, you know, took a while
It's
to get
interesting to
there.
have that perspective too, because I hear, you know, you always say like you're the most femme in a room full of masks, but then like the
Mhm.
most mask in a room full of femmes, which I totally see that for you. I think that was
Yeah.
like such a perfect way to
Yeah.
describe yourself, but also like for me, no one knew. Everyone was like,
Mhm.
you're not gay. They were like,
Mhm.
wait, what? Like
Yep.
for me, like no one thought that, but for you, it's kind of cool that they were like, oh yeah, we knew. Like,
Yeah.
no one
Yeah.
ever thought that about me.
Yeah.
I think they just thought it was weird.
Mm.
Well, they're like something's up, but I don't really
I
know what it
You're
is.
like,
yeah.
I'm like,
No,
Yeah.
but I love that though, like the hyper femme, you know, just
Mhm.
being still so in touch with your femininity,
Yeah.
regardless of what your sexuality is.
Totally.
Right.
So
I think it's
100%.
important
Yeah.
to just be you, whatever that is, and you know, have like being queer a part of your life rather than like your own
Yeah,
identity and finding your own identity in your queerness, which it
Yes.
seems like you have.
Yes, which was hard too at first, because like I feel like when you're a baby gay, that's kind of your whole like
It's a whole
your whole
thing.
personality.
Yeah.
Like
you're figuring out. You're like, you cut
even
your hair.
dress,
Yeah.
like you want to
Yeah.
like dress extra gay. Like I look back at my outfits and I'm like, what was I
was
I know.
doing?
same. I was
So-
dressing more tomboy. Like
I feel like there was an
mask vibe.
era where every lesbian, like the same age,
Yes.
looked exactly the same, was wearing the
Yes.
same
Yeah.
thing. I was like, it was like literally just like doppelgangers of everyone.
Literally.
backwards hat
Oh,
or
yeah.
like the baseball cap was
Yeah.
like the soft mask vibe for
Yeah.
me. It was
Yeah.
like sweats and like a soft cap. basically.
Yes.
What was
Long
I
hair
doing?
mask, too.
I never
I
had
know.
that.
Yeah.
I was still the girl.
Yeah, this one I
Just
don't
to go
know.
that
But
phase. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I'm just gonna be a girl and
Yeah.
fuck girls.
I love that. I
Oh
love
my
that.
gosh. Yeah. When was like your first kind of like sexual experience
yeah.
with a girl?
First sexual experience, dude. This one's actually crazy. I was just talking about this with my friend the other day.
Funny.
But we like met off Hinge or whatever, and then literally, this might be TMI, but whatever.
There's
I'm like, there's
this
no
is the
TMI
podcast.
on this
Okay, good.
This is,
Alright,
this is
great.
the podcast where you say it all.
Love it,
yeah.
love it. But she invited me over to her place. I came over, and then we obviously drank and stuff, but she wouldn't let me do anything to her, so a touch me not. But it was different in the
okay.
sense of like she didn't take off her jeans,
Oh.
and you know the knee
So
thing.
she'd be fully
The
clothed.
knee thing. No.
With
bruised.
jeans?
Bruised.
My first time
For like 5,000 days.
Bro,
That's like traumatizing.
It was.
I'd be like, never again.
It
Like,
was.
never doing
You're like,
anything
wait,
again.
bro.
Trimming hurts.
Bro, with
Dude,
jeans,
what nerve.
I literally was like, wait, this is not how it's supposed to go. And I like kept asking her, I was like, can I like
yeah.
do something? She's like, no, it's about you. I'm like, is
Well,
it
can we
really
leave
though?
that?
Because
You in
like,
shorts
It's not
or
really
something?
feeling like it's
No,
about me
I'm like,
because what I want to
no.
do is something else.
yeah. And then after that, she literally, it's so crazy. Like 2 weeks after, we weren't like seriously talking or
Yeah.
anything, but she went out to a club. My friend texted me and she's like, there's this girl here who won't stop flirting with me, blah, 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 blah. Like she's grabbing me, trying to get me to leave with her stuff. And I'm like, oh, like, are you good? Blah, blah, blah. And then are you okay? And she says she knows you. Or no, I just butchered this whole story.
That's okay.
She basically says that this girl was like flirting with her, bothering her, making her uncomfortable. And then she said that she was mutuals with me on Instagram. And then when she brought it to the girl, was like, you're mutuals with my friend. Like, how do you know Liv?
Yeah.
She literally said, I don't know her. Like, try to act like she didn't know me.
That's
Your jeans
so
were literally
weird.
in
I
my
was just
pussy,
riding
girl.
your
Yeah,
jeans,
Like,
like,
what are you
fuck
talking
up.
about? You don't
Oh my
know
God,
me, but you're trying to take my
my
girl,
God.
my friend home. Like,
Stop. You know
Yeah,
that
let's-
saying where it's like it's like if they talk bad about you, but like they used to moan your name.
Yeah.
Like, same
No,
vibe. I'm like, shut
literally.
Girl,
the fuck up.
yeah,
You're
it's
so
like-
weird. You used to tell me I was the best you ever have. Like,
Yeah,
don't you
like,
ever talk
Don't
about
even
me.
talk
like
shit about
that.
me. It's
Yeah.
so
It's
true.
really
I
crazy. I
know.
was like, damn, let me go and follow her real quick.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
weirdo.
Yeah.
When do you feel like you finally like felt like yourself? Like you are expressing yourself the way that you feel like you are? Like when do you think that happened for you?
This past year,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
so crazy. But like seriously, it's because I've never had gay friends until this year.
Yeah.
Like literally, my first ever gay friend was at the beginning of this year when I lived in Texas,
Okay.
and we met off of TikTok actually, and it was
Mm-hmm.
just like such a different experience for me because I'm from Vegas, born and raised there, where there's really no gay community at all
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Wow, I'm actually surprised by that for some
Right?
reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
I just think of
Maybe
Vegas
it's, like,
being, so,
secretive.
Like there's
I
no
don't know.
neighborhood, there's nothing. Like
Interesting.
we don't have.
We're so weird. We're like, wow.
Right? I was like, what?
We're like, what am really surprised? Like Vegas to me, it just seems like such a welcome,
More,
like,
wild-
inclusive, like,
exactly.
all around the
Yeah.
world, people are coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm born and
Yeah.
raised there. I never like there was never a community or like a group of people that was like all gay. Like
Right.
no, like everyone was kind of scattered around. It was always like one gay person in the group of straight people.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was gonna say I kind of feel like there are no really like gay places except for like New York, LA, and
San
I think
Diego.
Austin,
Yeah.
Texas.
San
is, like, one
Diego's
of them.
queer
Yeah.
community, insane.
Yeah.
That's where I live.
I know.
now.
I want to go.
Yeah.
Yes, I just moved.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, so you're living there now?
Yeah, I literally
Oh my
moved
God,
there
sounds
like
so fun.
2-3 weeks ago.
You're just like all over.
I know,
the place.
right?
Like,
Oh my God.
you just
Hectic,
don't.
I know.
stop. It's so
I really
fun.
don't. I love it. It's
Yeah.
like I'm boop boop boop. But
touching on what you said, I think it does take a lot of time to kind of step into your own queer identity
100%.
and understand who you are. Because I think, like in the beginning, like we were saying, you know, sometimes we would dress more like if you're like newly out, like sometimes you dress more mask, and maybe that's not really what you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
But like,
Mhm.
it takes time to figure
find
that out
yourself.
who you
Yeah.
are. And
For sure.
I've been thinking about that a lot but Jesus. I've been thinking about that a lot lately because I came out when I was 14.
Yeah.
14, 15, had my first girlfriend. And I've had, almost 10 years now to come into my queer identity. But like some people I meet or some people I date have come out maybe in the last like 4 years during COVID. And I'm like, I think you need more time. Not in a bad way, but I'm just like, I just don't like, I don't feel like we don't relate to each other on like the same level.
Oh yeah, it's like you're on different kind of points in your journey.
And like your adulthood
at the beginning,
almost,
you're already like at the end. You've already gone through all the first heartbreak and like all of the crazy lesbian shit we go through.
So all the time, everyone's like, dating a girl must be so easy. I said, no, it's not. I was like, I date guys and I date girls. I said, breaking up with a girl is 10 times worse than a guy. And no one believes it. I'm like, okay, go date a girl and get your heart broken. Dude, you'll see.
Pull out, it's like pulling your heart out, stepping on it, stabbing on it. Literally throwing it in with the raft.
Because you're losing your best friend at
exactly,
the same
that's
time.
what it is.
It's more
like,
than like...
You have like such a connection because it is your best friend.
Yeah.
And then I'm sure you like go back, fuck a few times, have an up and down, back and forth relationship, and then it'll be over eventually.
Literally.
In a year.
First girlfriend, that's how it was.
Really?
Yeah, it was so bad.
It was just like so
sneak
up and down.
back into each other's
Are you
houses.
like a girlfriend
Always.
type, or do you like
Oh yeah,
having a
you're
girlfriend?
relationship.
I'm a relationship girly.
Yeah.
Like I always have been, and like, it's not a sense of like I'm not okay not being. Wait, I can't.
I know what you're saying.
Like
you're not,
I'm okay being
alone. Yeah.
I love my alone time. I genuinely do. But like when I have a connection with somebody and there's something there, I don't want to like not act on it and miss out on something that could be potentially beautiful. 100%. And if it's not, you know what? It's gonna be a lesson at the end of the day. Like it'll teach you something. Your experiences for a reason. And like, I believe love will always win. Like, why would you not want to love?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, why?
And I say that all the time now. I'm just like, if you like find someone and it checks your boxes, you have the chemistry, you have the connection, like just go for it.
Exactly.
Like life is short. There's no playbook to life or like how to navigate relationships, especially queer ones.
Yeah.
So
do you have a type? I always like to know.
I know. I like try and think about this because I don't think I do, but like I try to like, I don't know, with all my past relationships or even just like past relationships, I tried to correlate something between all of them, but there's really nothing that I can find. I mean, they're just all different in their own way, and I love that. I just base it off of energy in a way. Like,
I'm the same way.
Like, so very much like that too.
Like if you looked at my history, you'd be like,
like,
there's no commonality here.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Literally.
No.
You have a type.
I have a type.
What's your type?
I like a femme, a hot girl, but I need them to have like a mask, like energy.
Yes.
Like I need that like
dom femme.
Top energy.
But I always say they can't tell me what to do too much because I don't like that. Like
like a sash.
Very in the line of them being
very
telling me what to do.
Specific. I get it.
She does like being told what to do. She's lying.
No, I don't. I mean, like
the eye roll. No.
No, I'm kidding. Should we tell everybody how we know each other? Though I think most people probably have picked up on it.
I mean, I'm very grateful that we know each other. As
me too.
Sad as like the situation was, like there's like, that came out of it, and I'm very grateful. Like I love you so much. I'm like literally everyone I talk to about like you. I'm like, you understand. I'm so happy we were brought to each other.
Yeah,
me too.
It was like the universe. Seriously.
Yes, and I'm just so grateful we got to like meet and talk on the phone because you never know.
I know.
Like approaching these situations, and when I came to you, with what I had experienced with your ex, you could have been like, "Fuck you," like, sorry.
Some girls are like that, like truly, but like
I was so nervous.
I know. I remember like I was actually away, and she was like,
"Yeah,
do I like text her this?" I'm like, I think it's so like I think it's something so genuine. You guys share something.
Yeah,
I don't like to say share something special, but this experience,
like a
definitely
bond. Not special.
No, like a trauma bond.
Exactly.
Trauma bond.
Quite literally.
You can share something special.
That trauma bond is something special.
I
Not trauma bond being something
really
special.
special bond.
I know. I'm like, oh, just trauma bond.
No. But when I had met her or started connecting with her, the perspective that she kind of like gave of you and the story she told me that happened in Mexico was completely different.
Yeah.
So when you came out with your story, I woke up, I was literally sleeping. My phone was blown up. I probably had 50 notifications from people saying, did you see this? What the fuck? Like, there's so many similarities to what you experienced. Like, and then I'm in bed first thing in the morning. I'm like watching this whole thing. I'm like, okay, what the actual fuck?
And especially it being so close in timing. Like, that's what
literally
scares
was like a month, right?
Yeah. Less than a month.
Shut up.
So crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was a month because it happened May 12th. So you do with that.
And then when did I go to Texas? She came for Pride, so she was
the beginning
also
of June.
Here.
Yes.
So you went away the week before because it wasn't like, and I was like, you're like, I think, I was like, because I remember you were like, I think I'm gonna have her come for Pride.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Which, so she met her as well, and she was like, this is real. Like, okay, actually, no, let me back up. When we first started talking, like on FaceTime and things like that, she was so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
And you're like, you're so misunderstood. Like, and even she was like, she's so nice.
No,
like, why do people hate her?
And I'm
like, people are so stupid making fun of her. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, I will say, she was very nice. And then she would say like some things about you. So I feel like even my perspective of you, I'm like, I don't really think I'm gonna like vibe with this girl. Like I think she's just like kind of out there for clout. Like that's like what she made you. Then I like saw the story, and then I'm here with you now, and I'm like, this girl is literally the sweetest person I've ever met.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I think that's what's so hard because like someone can convince you so hard at something, and it's so crazy because I was convinced. I was like, this girl is.
I was convinced for a year and a half. Like, and especially with the entire internet against me and warning me and telling me to run. And like, when you're in those situations, you are manipulated, and it's just. It sucks because when you look back on it, it's like, what the fuck was I even doing? Like, but that's
you have to give yourself grace.
Exactly, because they do give that front, and they do show off as this empathetic, amazing, misunderstood person who's just put in the light wrongly by the 100%. Society, and like they're just chosen to be the villain.
Yeah, no. Which, like, first of all, let me just preface. If somebody has a bad reputation, it's usually for a good reason. I'm sorry. Like, if most people are like, they're not a good person, it's probably because they're not.
Now I know
don't
that.
Don't tell yourself that they're like
being naive. I mean, some people.
Because you're a sweetheart and you're a good person.
And when you're in it, I always said, we both have said in our relationships, when you're in it, someone could tell you anything, and I would be like, no. Like, I would still ride and die for like my partner. Like, I'm like, no, that's not true. Like, they'll be, this is not okay that they're doing. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like,
or defend it in some type of way. The rose-colored glasses are so real, and 100%. Everything that's red just seems green, and it's so like.
And that's the thing. Like, if you were to reach out to me while her and I were talking, I probably wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah,
as sad as that sounds,
like the way that she made it. Dude, that's so sick. It's
Isn't
so
it
crazy
and
how they have that power. Because it's like
so sick
with all the evidence that I have, and just even the accountability that you have taken as yourself as a human being to be able to then manipulate yourself. You're not just manipulating other people.
You're convincing yourself of your own
It's a delusion of like, I didn't do anything wrong. This is what happened. The other person's the abuser, whatever, and it's just like, dude, that takes some real like it's just
crazy
vibes. It's just not okay. And like at the end of the day, people are gonna have their opinions, and what she has, her story is some people are gonna believe that. And I can't change it, although I have literally hard proof of it.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, like, that's what narcissists do. They can manipulate and change the script.
And but I think the hardest part, is that they truly believe. Like, that's why I always say, like,
she was in a long-term relationship
and
with
it's
one.
like, and you also don't, and like, even like now my therapist is like literally like, no, that you were with a narcissist. I'm like, there's no way. And like, yeah, you were, and like, you just don't believe it. Nodding your head. Like,
no, I'm like, you go, babe. Like, you go, girl.
I'm like knows, but it's so true. Like, they believe like I'm like, this is like not even like
they
real.
believe their own
delusion. I'm like, what do you mean?
They're
I'm like,
so in their own vibration.
I would say they're in their own world, and they really believe that their world is like right. And I'm like, no.
Oh yeah,
they 100%. Think they are God's gift to the earth too. It's so funny. I'm like,
oh yeah, like the amount of times that I felt like smaller too in the relationship. It was just like a lot, and it makes you question your self-worth. It makes you belittle your energy, so then you lose your spark, and your people around you see it. Like all my friends now are like, dude, it's insane.
You're such a light. Like, I'm sure you were like dimmed, and you're such a light right now.
It was really hard. Like, I was depressed when I literally like was this outgoing, positive person, and I lost myself, like truly. And I look back at videos now, and I'm like, oh my God, it's literally crazy that I didn't. You know, you don't see it when you're in it, but when you reflect, it's like. You
have such a sparkle in your eyes now.
Thank you. Thank you.
So happy.
Yeah, like, you do.
Even my mom is like, you are back. Like, I got my baby back. And that just means so much to me. Like,
that's really sweet. And, you know, and that's another thing that, like, people don't talk about. It's hard on the family, too. Because it's like,
the people
we know your mom probably... I'm sure, obviously, like, loved her. And at one point, it was like...
Took her in as, like, a daughter.
Exactly. And lost a daughter. And, you know, is like, she's even probably having to be, like, reprogram
like,
her
what
brain.
the fuck is real? Yeah. Because even with my mom, it was like, it was hard for her to understand. Like, even it was hard for her to grasp, like, what happened and the fact that, like, that's actually what happened to me. Like, she didn't want to believe it in a sense.
Absolutely.
Like, which I don't think any mom would want to believe that happened to their daughter.
No, it's scary.
And, like, but now she's, like, it's crazy. We both have grown. Like, throughout this whole process, my mom and I have learned a lot about mental health and just each other and how to care for each other. Because, like, you're right. This didn't just affect me. It affected everything in my life. Like,
absolutely.
And I'm grateful for it, though, because I have a voice now that I didn't have even before I was with her.
Absolutely.
I developed this from her, and I can thank her for that. Like, seriously, like, I'm fucking strong, and I'm capable of sticking up for myself now because of that shit. So everything
and also,
happens
like,
for a
if you
reason.
can stick up for yourself with somebody who's 6'7", like,
like, come on,
fucking take anyone. Like,
what
you're so good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how I felt. I was like,
you
girl,
too,
I will smack you right now. Like, do not fuck with me. Yeah, I was like, I'm a New Yorker, girl.
Yeah.
Wrong girl, babe.
Wrong bitch.
Get your shit and get the fuck out.
I love you. No, when you told me that story, I was like, I love that. I love that you, like, were not scared.
But it was really weird. Like, honestly, she was so weird the day that it happened. She was, like, going around to her, and this was the second time I ever met her, being like, I want to marry her, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, you're actually freaking me the fuck out. Like, this is so weird. I was like, I don't know you, and you don't know me, and, like, this is really weird. And you just got out of a relationship. I'm like, no, you're actually giving me the ick. Like, this is not, like, this doesn't feel good.
And that's
Did
what
she
happened.
do that to you in the beginning?
We said, this is so much tea, but we said I love you. That's with every relationship. Like, literally a week into knowing each other.
Yeah.
Same.
A lot of lesbians do, though, to be fair.
Like,
and I think all of us agree. Our next relationship, I'm just like, I am taking this slow.
Tell me.
I'm like, people are gonna think I'm like fucking weird. Weird for the lesbian culture. I'm like, I'm taking it slow.
Taking baby steps.
Just a month. Not 2 weeks into it. But like, I'm like, because it's like, you look back and I was like, dude, 0 to 100. And then from that day, I was not with my partner. Only 5 days out in 5 years. We were separated 5 days.
How crazy.
Like, that's what I'm like, I will not do that. You need your own life, one.
Because it's codependency too.
Oh, so bad. I became so codependent. And then you lose yourself. You lose your confidence.
Because you merge and you're like one person now.
Yeah.
And
it's so unhealthy.
Whoever is more the dom, like, I feel like presence or like want to take on that role or just kind of more of a narcissist, whatever, they will like
make the decision.
Make the decision, and then you lose yourself. And I always said I had no voice, and then it's like rebuilding that. But I agree with you. Like, now, I think we all can say like we are the most confident, strong. I'm like, I feel like my ex would not even recognize me. Like,
I feel the same. I think about that too. I'm like, if I were to meet my ex now, we would not.
100%.
Oh no!
Unfortunately,
my
like,
ex would hate
not.
me because of how much I talk shit now back.
Yeah,
like, I won't. I'm sorry. Like,
yeah,
I still am a sweetheart, but like.
No,
now
you won't take it.
You gotta stand up for yourself.
No, I used to just let people walk over me, and it's just like, it's okay.
No.
It's not okay. No, it's actually not. And I'm going to let you know that it's not. And,
absolutely.
And, bro, I'm just very grateful that we can come out of these situations and grow and not let it crumble us because, like,
it's easy to close your heart off.
Exactly. And it's easy to think that it's your fault or you don't deserve this because of the way that someone treated you when it's truly their own shit. Like, their own bag of
it really
problems,
is,
and it's keep it over there, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But with this relationship or like this upcoming relationship. I feel like I've been doing it so differently, and it's like,
so amazing,
bro. I'm like, this
Feels
is the way it's
different,
supposed to go. Like
Yeah.
seriously, this is what you're supposed to
This
do.
is how straight people do their relationship.
I know. I'm like, maybe they're onto something, but
maybe.
but
the one good thing they have.
But no, it's different when you do it that way.
Yeah.
It's way more genuine. But
I think so.
Yeah.
But sometimes, like, I see those things on TikTok and it's like casual things we did before we started dating. And I'm like, am I doing it right? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, like, again, there's no
There's
playbook.
no-
So
yeah,
it's like,
no playbook.
you just gotta take your time to get to know someone. Because I remember I jumped into my relationship fairly quickly as well. And I got into my relationship then because of that for the wrong reasons. I was like, oh, I'm just really attracted to you and we have great chemistry and I want you to be my girlfriend. It wasn't like, well, do we have the same morals and values? Like, do we even align as human beings? Do we want to grow together? Like, when you don't take your time to get to know someone and you just like feel these lust feelings and kind of jump into it, I think you kind of like sell yourself short in a sense because you're not actually like really getting to know someone and seeing if you have a genuine connection.
oh yeah.
Can I ask you something? Did you see early signs with you and your ex that like there was like red flags or issues, or was it like so hidden for a little bit?
No, there were red flags.
Yeah.
And
I was gonna ask that.
Oh yeah,
question.
immediate. Yeah, like, and I was also so pushed into a corner with her because of also the situation with the internet, and everybody hated me now for being with her. So I was like, oh, it's us versus the world.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
Wow, I
just-
didn't even think about
so
that. Wow, that you were
isolating.
putting
It's
that,
just
yeah.
me and you. It's just us versus everybody.
Wow.
So it was like we had this like literal saying of it's just me and you, where we would always
The
remind
tattoo.
each other, yeah, it's just us. No one else matters.
Which is,
so
like, horrifying.
right there.
You had the tattoo?
Yeah,
You're gonna get covered.
they both
probably. I got my.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
I know.
Yeah.
but
Whatever. We all.
yeah,
all do it.
Yeah.
that was what we lived by since the
Ugh,
jump.
you
So
poor
it was
thing.
like
Yeah.
in
I
a
didn't even
corner.
think about that.
Like I had nobody really to go to. This is like, it's me, you know, like it's us versus everybody type thing. So like when you're in those situations, and especially like
she could do no wrong then.
yeah,
She's all
and
you
when
had.
the red flags come, it's just kind of like, okay, well, it's just like I
Just
just
us
kinda,
anyway.
yeah, I would just like tell myself like, you know, like she doesn't mean it because she was so good and great at, you know, the
making
good
up
part.
for it.
Where it's
too.
like you also just like hold on to those good parts,
100%.
and you're like, oh, the next time where she's amazing or affectionate will come. Like you just hold on to that when the bad times do come, because they also program you to, I've learned this from my therapist, by the way, but like they program you to literally get used to these ups and downs.
Yeah.
So that when they do.
well, then you become addicted to
Yes,
it.
yeah.
It's
Then I'm
chasing
like,
the dopamine.
Exactly.
I've had such a hard time now because now I'm like struggling with the dopamine addiction that I chase in other ways. I'm like, I can't leave the house without like buying something.
Oh, yeah.
Or, like
Yeah.
it's so tough.
It is. It's hard.
Yeah.
And
they
it's-
make you literally become an addict.
Oh, 100% to that, what they give you, the good. And it's like, because
A
it's
little
so
bit.
good.
So good. Yeah.
And they know that. They know how to be good. They know exactly what to give you and how to, like, because, you know, like, obviously, she had her great attributes. Like, she really did. Like, when it came to taking care of me and, like, making food for us, like, she was a great partner in that sense. But, like, that's what I held on to, was like,
Of
oh, she
course.
makes us food.
Yeah.
Or, like,
we do that.
She does these little acts
she
of
does the
service.
little, yes,
Yeah.
the
You
little
know
acts
who
of
else
service,
will
and you
make
hold on.
food when you go to a restaurant.
Yes,
you
and-
know, like, you're
exactly.
good.
And then also
Someone
not-
else will make you food. Babe.
Exactly.
I
and-
will cook for you.
and not do the like harmful things,
Exactly.
traumatic things, or say the things that literally stick in my mind for months. Like, words matter to me. I've never been the type of partner to say things I don't mean, especially in a fight or an argument.
Yeah.
And she was a complete opposite. So it was very hard. Like,
even with me, and I didn't even really know her, like some of the things she said to me, I was like, you're bugging.
And
that you
it
even
was
feel
mean.
comfortable like that coming out of your
Yeah,
mouth. Like,
they're
very
mean.
not
Yeah.
beyond mean. Like,
Yeah.
it was like her language was very vicious. And I was like, you are actually just a mean person. Like this, and that was the thing for me, the realization. It's like, she didn't just drink too much. It wasn't a bad moment. Like, you're actually a mean human, and you put on a front. Like, I can be bitchy to your face, but I'm a really nice person.
exactly.
Like,
she's
just 'cause
opposite.
I'm direct. She's the
Yeah.
opposite. She'll be really sweet, but
Yes.
is like very vicious.
Oh,
and has
yeah.
a mean heart.
And like what she would tell me too, like, you've made me kinder, you've made me nicer, like and her mom would tell me too, like you've made her such a better person, and like I thought my love could change her. That's what you think. Like
that's what you think.
Your love can change someone. Your love shouldn't have to change someone.
No.
And it also can't.
No.
You know, now we know when you get you
like
can't change
you
people.
can't, but you should never have to love someone into changing.
Absolutely.
Like it should be easy. And if it's not, that's not the person for you.
You should be falling in love with your best friend.
Exactly. Like it should be easy. It should be fun. It should be not in the first month like I'm having these thoughts in the back of my head like, wait, like are they actually is this just some of the meanest things said, and then like, and it was always when drunk too, and then it would be like, oh, she doesn't mean it, she's drunk. Like that's what I would tell myself. But it's like, no, like sober.
I'm literally just like the same. Like I have so many same stories with you.
And but it comes out when you're drunk, so it's like that's how you feel when you're drunk. I'm like the opposite. I want to love you.
I'm like, let's go get married.
Yes, like wait, let's get married. Like
I don't want to fight. I'm like, let's just have sex.
City Hall. No, literally, I'm like, let's get married.
I'm from Vegas. I'm going to the chapel. Like, let's go.
No, literally.
One thing that stuck out to me a lot when you were doing your stories is that during your fights, even if you were in the wrong, you would be the first one to apologize.
Always.
Because you just wanted like
to be good.
To be good. You wanted to be done. And I think I was like, I called Faith and I was like, that's exactly what I know. Like how I feel too. Like,
I think we all can relate to that feeling.
I don't care if I know I didn't even do anything wrong and it really was her, but I was like, I don't want to fight. I don't want her to be mad at me, even though I didn't do anything wrong. I was like, let me just like, I would always say sorry first when I did nothing wrong.
Exactly.
I was like, I just don't want to fight. And like, I'm like, and then I feel like you just, once again, they have the power over you. Like, it's crazy.
And it's like, I always thought about that too in my relationship where it's like, if I did what you did to me in half.
Oh yeah,
half of what you've done to me. I would be annihilated. And I'm like, how is this okay? Like I don't understand. Like the power dynamic.
The double standards.
The double standards. But just specifically, I'm curious, and I think a lot of people are. But what made you come out with your story at the time that you did?
Yeah. It kind of reopened a wound seeing her message. So what happened was I had her blocked on my phone, and then I opened up my laptop when I was over at the girl I'm talking to's house now, actually. Opened up my laptop to see her message on my fucking messages.
Yeah.
And it was during the same time she was in New York with
I
me.
know.
Wait, what?
She showed us the message.
She didn't show me.
Oh, well, she showed me the message.
When she was in New York?
Yes.
She said she wanted to write something.
Wait, I'm learning something new.
Yeah, she messaged me.
To what?
She was here with you.
She was mad at Liv because Liv was kind of starting to say stuff online, and she was like, I thought we had this great relationship. How would you do this? But I will say the full message she sent me was not what, like, I saw only like bits and parts of that, and I was like, I think the one she sent you was like a little bit different, definitely towards the end. But yeah, I did see, she was like, should I send this to Liv? I was like, yeah, because at this point I also didn't know.
Oh, no, 100%. Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, if she's like just on like line trying to get clout, like why is she trying to like tarnish your relationship that you had?
Which is crazy because I never said anything.
No, I know, and I feel so bad. I'm like,
no, it's okay.
I'm literally like, I just
everything happens.
I remember her showing me a text that she was like, hey, I'm thinking about sending a message to Liv, and I was like, just be very careful what you say. Like you didn't have a bad breakup with this person, which was what I was told, that like things were fine. You were hugging each other goodbye when you were leaving, and
which we did.
Yeah. It was just like a part way kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, listen, just be like, look, if you don't want her to post things or allude to certain things, then you can say it in a nice way. And she basically sent me a message that I thought was really kind, and obviously that's not the message that and I can show you like timelines and certain things because I don't delete my messages.
No, neither do I. But what if you guys are correlating to the message where she said she was going to sue me? Is that what you're talking about?
No.
She sent me that message, but that message is what pissed me off. Like,
okay.
She said the suing things before when I was leaving Mexico. Because did you see how it was like a green screenshot? That's because it was with WhatsApp.
Okay.
Because she was still in Mexico. I was in the States, and that was when I literally just left Mexico, and she fucking messaged me saying that if you go to social media, I will sue you.
Yeah, that was before.
That was a day after we broke up.
I'm sorry, you can't do that. That's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
You're also like, sorry, you're technically an influencer. The truth is always the defense, and like, it's not defamation of character.
Also
if it's
so
the
much
truth.
proof.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So
like I try me.
I saw that message, and that message,
that's the one she.
That was what ruined it for me, because it was like, yes, we might have ended on good terms, but I didn't tarnish what we had. That's what she said in the message, is that what I'm posting
fault.
is tarnishing what we shared. That I have chosen to disrupt the beautiful love that we shared together by what I've been posting.
Yeah.
That pissed me the fuck off, because I was like, I didn't even post anything. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we broke up. I'm able to post about being broken up with you. I didn't say what you did to me. And like, she knew what she did to me. And like, the fact that she sent that, I was like, oh, so she's living in this delusion that she didn't fucking do anything wrong. No. I know this for a fact, and I'm right, because look at it now. She obviously still doesn't think she did anything wrong.
No.
So at that point, I was like, no, I think I'm going to say my story, because she silenced me. She really did, with everything. Like,
the following,
the suing,
so many
like
things.
I was just scared. And then at that point I was like, no, and I sat on it for literally 4 days, and I thought about it. I talked to everybody in my life. I was like, I don't know. Like, and they're like, no, this is your fucking story, dude. Like, she's poking the bear, like acting like you ruined this. Like, it's your story. And at that point I was like, you know what? Like, you're right. Why am I gonna
You don't need to protect her
censor
anymore.
myself. So
No, 100%.
And I felt like it all was the universe timing. Like, literally, I was not in a place to speak on my story when, when we first broke
literally
up. Like,
happened.
I needed to heal for some time, and it was just. I'm very grateful I did, because you were able to come out with
it was a few days. Like, when you came out that this, like, what happened was the 28th, and I think it was like very shortly after with you came out with everything. And I'm like, wait, what? I was like, honestly not okay for a few days, just thinking about your story, let alone whatever I went through. And I was just thinking about you and everything that happened to you, and I was like, I like couldn't even function. I like literally feel like I had to take like a moment of fucking silence. I was like, this is not okay. This is crazy.
It was definitely just a lot reopening it, but it was powerful. I was so anxious of the internet in general before even like being, I don't know, explicit with what I went through. Like, it just, I was scared of TikTok and just like, I don't know, but now I fucking love it again. Like, because
people can be mean also.
No, I know.
No, I like annihilated on
and
there.
And it's also hard not to take it personally, because you're like, you know you're a good person. You know you didn't do anything wrong. I'm like, why the fuck am I getting annihilated?
Oh,
or
yeah.
like, you sharing your experience. Like, we always get yelled at from people that we can't share our experience, or we can't talk about our relationship. I'm like, that's what I went through for the last couple of years. Like, why can't I talk about like
your own?
Nathan's like, I was dating like this person. Like, why can't I tell that I was like? It's so weird. That you're never allowed to share your story.
I know.
No one can silence.
No,
like,
no.
It's my.
Do you not get the hint?
Silence? Nope.
Our literal bio is our lips will not be sealed.
You
like, you have to understand that. You know, there was a point in what you shared with what happened to you that you were in the jungle.
I can speak on like my experience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How I felt out there. I felt like I was gonna die. Like, those were the thoughts going through my head, of course, because it's like, literally, you guys, like, it was out of a fucking movie. Like, I want to pitch it to fucking Netflix. Like, I can't even fucking.
No, I actually
like, it literally
think that would
not
be great.
real. Like, every time I think about it, I'm like, the fact that I'm talking about my life right now, anyways. But like, I literally was shoved to the ground. She took off, pitch black, like no lights, like there's nothing there. It was literally just jungle, trees, jaguar crossing signs, and I'm in the middle of this dirt road, and it's literally pitch black now. So I literally just get up and I start sprinting, bitch, because what else am I gonna do? Like, I literally was like verbally telling myself, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, you're gonna make it, for 5 minutes straight. Like, I'm fucking
You're in fight or flight.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
just like, I have to go.
All I'm thinking in my head is like, a jaguar is gonna come out and grab me, which obviously you just think of the worst situations.
Absolutely.
And like, it was so, I was just like, I'm
when
done.
you don't know
like,
if she's coming back, you don't know
like,
anything. Like, you're like, then you're also wondering, like, is she okay? But I have to get out of here.
Yes.
Like, a million thoughts.
So many thoughts going through my head. Like, am I even gonna make it back tonight? Like, genuinely. But then when I saw her coming back towards me, I literally laughed. I was like, this fucking bitch, bro. Like, this literally feels like a movie. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it feels like a scene out of Euphoria. And I'm like, I literally am laughing now as I'm running. And then I'm running and she goes past me Like literally drives
She's
past
literally
me
sick.
and then goes to turn it around, and then that's when it flips on its side, and then I run over to her to try to help her. That's when she shoves me. She's like, "Get the fuck off me!" Blah blah blah. Then the fucking car of 10 guys pulls up on us, which thank God they were good people because like
Thank
you never
God.
thought it.
No,
It could be very
you're in a
scary,
different
yeah.
country.
in
You
the
have
middle
no
of the
idea.
jungle
Yeah.
at literally midnight, like no phones. All it takes is them just grabbing us for ransom. Like
Yeah.
it happened to one of my friends' friend, literally in
Yeah.
Tulum, Mexico, where we were. So it's like it was a very real possibility, very real situation we could have been put in, and I don't know how she still to this day doesn't take account of it.
I think sometimes for people it's too painful for them, and I'm not
To
making an
face
excuse
it.
to
Yeah.
face
Yeah.
it because like they wouldn't be able to like
Live with
function.
themselves.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like it's
so hard.
yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're safe.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're here with us and we
Yeah.
can like see each other
I
and kind of
know.
like again bond over it and just have some fun little girl
I
time.
know. Yeah.
But and you know, it's crazy to hear you talk about this all so eloquently and
Thank
you know, you handled this all so just again also so eloquently
Yeah.
and like you got through something that would take a lot of people years sometimes to get through and not to say that you're completely fine now,
No, yeah.
but you know, I think you're in a good place and
Yeah.
you seem really happy and you're like literally shining.
No, you
Your
are.
aura is just like,
Oh,
so
Thank
light.
You,
You and
means so
Ocean
much.
have very similar
Yeah.
auras.
I love her so much.
She's
know.
She's an
I
amazing
adore
human
her.
being.
No,
yeah.
she really is. I love her. She's like also perfect.
I
Like,
know.
it's
Like
insane.
what? I love her. I love you. I
It's
love
so
you both.
crazy.
You guys are such
No,
amazing
it was
people.
so. I'm so happy you're
Yeah.
here.
Seriously.
Let's
Get
do
a
our
little fun little
little
notes.
questions and
Okay.
then icks and red flags.
Do you want to do?
What is your favorite sex position and sex toy?
Yeah.
Oh, I like this game.
I know.
It's
a fun
My
one.
favorite kind of game. Like,
Yeah, I'm like,
Oh man, I mean, it depends if there's being a toy used or
Okay.
not. You know what I'm saying? If there's nothing being used,
okay.
I mean, am I the top or am I the bottom?
I was gonna
That's
ask,
also
are
a
you-
good
I was
question.
asking you more of a
I'm a
switch.
switch.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Love,
so
love.
is she.
Yeah,
so it's fire.
It's like
I think
fun.
my
but,
favorite
yeah.
position as a bottom, which I didn't know
I
until
love it.
literally like her
recently.
was being bent over. I know.
Love it.
I love.
I love the back.
Dude.
Getting from the back is the best.
I love
never,
it.
Ever liked that.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God.
I mean, not.
It's so fun.
No, I've never. And then I was like, whoa. She's favorite toy vibrator.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Essential.
I
I mean,
just
that's
love
like
vibrator.
water.
Yeah,
I've never
it's
had
like
a
water.
Everyone needs a vibrator.
It's crazy when I like even like straight women. I always say you don't have a vibrator. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like you need one. It's I don't care if you have great sex. Like
No, you
still
need
it.
one.
Like, it's
Absolutely.
amazing.
At one point, I had like 4. They were just like all different.
I think I
Like,
have
one
like
died.
Yeah,
like-
I'm like I have like 100.
I was dying. I was
For
getting
everyone.
my like my closet reorganized, and my whole bottom drawer is my full sex drawer.
I love
Like,
it.
It's a full drawer.
I'm correct.
And I literally put a note on it: "Do not open this." And I like close because I have like it's a door, so I close. I'm like, I wonder if she opened it because if someone wrote "Do not open this,"
I would
I'm
not
fucking
open it. Yeah, it's like
She's like, I would.
She can see all my fucking toys. It's fine. The dildos, fucking vibrators.
There you
Oh my
go.
God.
Whatever.
Oh yeah. Do you like using like dildos or strap-ons, or is that not really a thing?
I do like using a strap. Another thing, I always wore the strap up until this girl.
Oh my
past
God.
relationship.
That's
No, like the girl I'm with right now. Like even my ex, I always wore the strap.
You
That
heard it here
was-
first,
that
you guys.
that kills me.
Yeah, I swear to God. But I
I mean, some
actually,
people are surprised that
Oh,
I
also
do.
have a question.
but, like,
When you guys are done,
oh.
you guys are both shorter, and I am tall, and I've been
Yes.
with shorter girls. But like your height difference with your ex,
Yes.
insane. Like, was it like hard like to fuck? Like, I feel like that's a very hard.
no, it's
like,
it's a
dynamic,
genuine
like-
question too. No, I think that's just because of me though.
Yeah,
I be getting shit done. But
you like we're gonna figure it out no
Yeah.
matter what, even if she's 17 feet taller than you.
yeah, I really don't. I literally like. I don't know. I just love.
We have so many things to talk
Wait.
about outside the
Yeah.
podcast. So like,
Oh,
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, girl.
I know, I can't wait.
We need to-
What do you have? Like, what's like your biggest ick or red flag?
Fuck.
It doesn't even need to be in like a relationship.
It could be like anything, like a funny
like
thing.
An ick. I don't like. What don't I like? Like, I don't even know. There was this girl that I literally just was with the other night, and it was just like, I don't know, like cockiness, I guess. Like arrogance.
That's so yucky.
Like, I don't like, be humble. Humble is cute.
Oh, I think it's so
humble
cute.
is hot. Being cocky and like full of yourself is just such an ick to me. I literally won't even want to be your friend.
And there's a difference between confidence and cocky.
Yeah,
and I think people
100%.
don't
Yes,
understand that. I'm like,
there's a
huge difference. And
Yeah.
if you can't notice that, I'm like,
You're the
there's an
problem.
issue.
You're literally
Yeah.
the problem.
Unfortunately, we know too many people, I think, who like have that like cocky attitude. And I'm like,
Also, I'm sometimes like, why? I'm like,
yeah, I'm
You
like,
know, like you're
I'm like,
why?
why?
Be the one like trying to be all cocky with it. I'm like, okay, love the confidence, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, I love the delusion you're in. That's
No,
so,
literally the Delulu.
so crazy. My ick or red flag of the week. What is it? Do you have one?
Yeah, I mean, it's.
You knew you had
She
one. You were
goes,
like,
yeah,
I was
let's
waiting.
do it.
Honestly, I usually always do it like when I'm like on my way here. So this is like not even. I don't even know this one, but some guy had like the widest stance on the subway. Like I mean, like I am all about like keeping your balance. I know it can be a little like shaky on the subway. This man, I swear, and he also was in like fucking work pants. And his like ass was like. They were too tight for him, but he didn't have a good ass. But, like
Crying.
his legs, I swear to you, like this far apart. Like
Surfing. Full on surfing.
He literally looked like he could like sit on a horse. Like that's how wide his legs were. I'm like, dude, it's not that aggressive of a fucking subway ride.
Yeah.
I think that way. I'm like,
Yeah, what train?
I'm gonna
was it?
ride that.
NQR. Like that's
Fucking
pretty
F,
stable.
Jesus.
Oh,
I don't know.
That's so crazy to me.
that was just something I noticed.
That's a funny one.
I also always just hate on guys, and I'm like,
Oh yeah.
we actually get
Man
in
hating
so
work
much
too.
trouble because like we don't mean it. It's just like I feel like guys are easier to kind of have icks
Yeah.
and make fun of them, but
Yes.
like
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure. We pick
they're-
them
I guess
apart.
they could be kind of
know,
cute doing.
I'm
I'm like, they do the same thing. I'm like, spread legs.
Yeah, I'm like,
you know,
it's fine.
She's just
You're allowed.
stretching a little bit.
yeah, her like she's just a little nervous.
Yeah, no, like literally,
She's
we'll
so
justify
petite,
it.
you know,
Yeah,
like, she
anyway.
might move around
She
too
has
much.
to.
After your last relationship, do you feel like you have certain boundaries that like you will not let happen in your future
Oh
relationships?
yeah, 100%. Like now, when I see those red flags, I take them seriously and not just ignore them because like I knew from the jump there were red flags.
Yeah.
I knew. I'm not dumb. Like
When you're younger, you kind of ignore them.
Yeah, but like now we're at the age where it's like we know it's toxic and we know it's not, and
Yeah.
we choose to.
Frontal
either
lobe is
indulge in
almost
it
there.
or to not. Exactly, like frontal lobe almost.
No excuses.
no, but like literally now I'm kind of to the point where it's like, Liv, where those flags are gonna end up.
Yeah.
Like let's not be dumb and gullible and naive and think that this person's any different. But just know, just taking those red flags and not ignoring them. Like
Yeah.
believe someone when they show you their true colors
Mhm.
because they're there for a reason.
Mhm.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was
So ending it, what do we have coming up for you? Like what
Yeah.
can people expect from you?
Man, so many little cute projects that I'm working on.
love.
I know, it's like little fun things I'm working on. I don't know if I can really talk about it, but like I'm making a product with this creator. She's an artist and it's
Amazing.
only like a very limited edition thing, but
okay.
it's gonna be so fucking dope.
Yeah,
I
Like,
can't wait.
So sick.
it's an
Yeah.
accessory, that's what I'll say. But
I
yeah,
can't
it's
wait.
really, really cute. That I'm working on. I also need to get on my podcast game too.
I know.
my
I
God,
feel like
yeah.
you'd
I
be
know.
amazing.
I really
Yeah,
just
dude,
wanted to
you
be
would
like
be.
laid back, like sit on the beach type
Like,
thing.
tough,
Like,
yeah.
literally just
yeah.
talk to the camera. There's that, and then obviously I've been so grateful to not have to get an actual like 9-to-5 job right now. So I've been just like indulging
Content
in my
creation.
hobbies. Yeah,
Yeah.
content, making
Love
content,
that.
learning how to surf, learning how to get better at skating, like just trying things for the first time.
like makes you happy. Yeah.
yeah, just and also sharing my life with the internet, which
Yeah.
I love to do. I
Yeah.
love
Yeah,
having
your
my life.
vlogs are so good. Like I can't
Thank
just
you.
swipe. I have to watch the whole
That's
thing.
so
It's one of those.
sweet.
And I feel that way about Victoria Paris too. I'm
Yeah,
like I have
she's
to watch everything.
attention grabbing.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, definitely. Well, I think
think
that's
that's it.
all, you guys. Thanks for
Thank you for
listening.
listening and thank you for coming on.
Of
I'm so happy
course.
coming
Thank
to
you for having me.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. maybe she'll come back.
Oh, yeah.
She's in New York.
Maybe
I'll be back in New York, girl.
And maybe she'll bring a certain someone.
Oh, I know. Oh.
Ooh.
I would so do that.
Tea.
Thank you for
Bye,
listening.
guys. Mwah.